I'll tell you the only real way to get over somebody, like a romantic relationship, and that's to level yourself up. And I don't know if this works for women as well as it does for men, but especially if you're a young man and you've just broken up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever way you swing, the only real way to properly get over somebody is to become a better person. You got to look at the parts in that relationship where you were lacking. The parts, like, you got to be completely honest with yourself and realize the parts where you made the relationship dysfunctional and the stuff that you have responsibility for, and go as extreme as you have to go as extreme as possible and realize the smallest thing, like all of the things that you done wrong in the relationship, and kind of figure out why it didn't work basically, and what you can change about yourself. And this isn't with the goal of trying to get that person back. I feel like once you break up with somebody, you've got to realize that, like, life goes on. It's hard, very hard right after you've broken up with somebody, but life does go on. You have to remember that. And just because you love this person so much now doesn't mean that you won't love somebody else more. Especially if it's like your first relationship, it's very hard to kind of actualize the fact that there are so many more women or men out there in the world. And if you constantly think that this one person is the best person in the world, it's going to take you so much longer. And I struggled with that for probably 6 to 8 months probably after I broke up with my ex. Whereas I just couldn't think of anyone better than her or anything better than her. But then kind of realised there's 4 or 5 billion more women than her. I'm guarantee at least one of them is going to be better than her. And that's not to slack her off or anything. I'd not try to be an arsehole, but when you kind of see things for what they are rather than letting your emotions get in the way, you kind of realise that rather than the route that most people go down is like go out, sleep with somebody else, and then say that that's them moving on. I don't know if that's really going to be beneficial in any way. It might make you feel like superior to the other person, where it's like, yeah, you've moved on, you're fucking somebody else now, but like it's quite childish, I think. And it's quite hard to say that, in fact, where I did try and do that, but I just didn't have the resources in terms of myself as a man, and I still live with my parents and stuff, and it's away from the city and all that, so I didn't really have the ingredients to make that thing possible, which kind of led me onto this path of trying to improve myself, initially to try and get in a position where I could go out and sleep with girls. But then I realised that actually improving myself just makes me feel better about myself, and like I can actually, at the end of the day, all self-improvement comes down to just trying to make yourself into a better future father. For me, it's certainly a future father and husband. That's all that self-improvement's come down to. And obviously it makes me feel good, but I know at the end goal I'm going to be able to attract like the best woman that possible, so I can start a family with her. And in order for me to have like the best woman possible, I need to be the best man possible. So that's why when you break up with somebody, you need to try and upgrade yourself as a person, because of course relationships aren't going to be perfect. She's going to have done some stuff wrong, you're going to have done some stuff wrong, but you have to take full responsibility for everything that you done wrong. And this is where come and look at childhood traumas, even past relationships, experiences with women in the past. All of this you have to start reflecting on, journaling on, thinking about how you can improve these things, and then you start going out looking for wisdom and knowledge and how to get better at these things. Then you just keep working and working, and eventually you realise that this never stops. You don't stop working on yourself, but you become so much better of a man for doing this rather than just fucking some other bitch. And then what's next? Then you just find the next girl who wants to be in a relationship with you, and you repeat the process and you keep going. It's like a perpetual cycle of shit relationships and depression. Basically, moral of the story, improve yourself as a man to get a better partner in the future. But firstly, you need to sort everything out in your head. You need to become the man that you want to be, the man that you envision, before you even think about what the girl brings to the table. See you guys in the next video.